Yeah,
Are you
just
sure?
starting.
So we wasn't going.
Pretty sure.
Wait, look,
Pretty sure.
I was gonna say.
I got comfortable in this seat now.
Yeah,
Now I
yeah.
know what's going on.
all the secrets.
Don't know
All
what
right,
I'm
we'll
fresh.
go again.
Diary of a young black male.
Cine Sports.
Love it.
So on the table we have to my right.
I was gonna say I never start.
Yo, what's going on? Coach back in the building. I've been away for a hot one, you know.
Yeah, you have still.
I was away doing duties and that when I like that. You get me?
Yeah, that life catches up here, innit?
Yeah, man. It was peak, man. My missus had work, so I was like, I missed the last show. I was pissed when I was watching it as well. Not like I was just watching other managers getting mad. You know?
I can't even remember.
Like, I want to jump in. You know? Yeah, I want to jump
To be
in.
fair, I needed your common sense.
Yeah, man, I needed to jump in.
Sometimes
I'm
I have to like look at you and be like, yo, come and talk sense.
I
to
swear
some of
down,
these
because when I
man
watch it, I'm
beliefs.
sitting there and I was like, what?
Man,
What? You know, no one's going mad, but
man, absolutely.
man, I'm
boring.
glad good to be back, man. Good to be back.
How's the team doing?
Fine, you know.
Any
In
games?
between that, yeah, we played. Well, the one game we played, my Saturday team, we drawed. Like I said, we got a cup final coming up, so that's good. We're just preparing for that.
Yeah.
And then my Sunday team, we smacked up Sedgley. We beat them, so we still got a slim chance of winning the league. We're like,
Okay,
with that
there
team,
or thereabouts.
we're third, we're there or thereabouts. Like,
Fair, good shot that is.
we're gonna need someone to probably do us a favour because we slipped up against someone we should never have. But we're there or thereabouts, man. So we know all our games. We got the rival, we got the top of the table on Sunday. So we do that. We got a chance in it.
To be fair, I just got a little man just back into a team. Well, not back
Yeah.
into back into training. So he trains at Portway. on-
Okay, yeah.
On a Saturday.
With Aubrey.
Yeah, he's only 5 still,
Yeah.
but I just.
Get them in, man. This
Got
is the
to,
time,
man.
bro. Get them
Yeah.
in early as possible.
To be fair, we've been trying last couple of years because we did the
Yeah.
album thing last year because it's a Friday. Didn't
Little
really like it.
foundation thing, yeah.
Then he did something on Wednesday on a Saturday when he was like 2-3.
Mm.
Couldn't really get into it. It was a bit crazy, but I think the Portway thing because it's all outside.
It's
and
all
it
outside,
It
yeah.
looks legit in it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, there's kids everywhere playing the pitches, the
Yeah,
4G
yeah.
pitches. Listen, this man loves it. He can wear his shin pads, little boots on
Listen,
it.
get them in from
Yeah,
early, man.
yeah,
I say
for
this
real.
to any parent, man. Like whatever your kids, even whatever the kids are into, and that's just
Oh, yeah.
anything. Like, but obviously
yeah.
football's just a thing, innit? But
Yeah.
get them in early, bro. Like, because the later you leave it, they get into this.
the harder it
They get
gets
into
as
this
well.
computer
Yeah.
life.
And
Like,
that's
they don't want to be outside.
Yeah,
like
the
you
last,
said.
the last.
It's all fucking balance.
Before I do continue, just going to mention the sponsors. So we've got Venom Power for all your gym needs.
I
It's
don't
decent to be fair, the pre-workout.
I'm not massive pre-workout, but yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
no,
that one's bad still. I need to get sent one of these.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
weed,
that.
Remember
weed
that?
racker and
See this here? I need this.
that's not for your beards though.
Oh,
that's
that's the nose thing?
That's the nose and the
Yeah.
and
I have to
the
plug
and the
my
ball
thing
trimmer.
No,
Yeah.
I need that.
But
one.
I need
that
the
one.
beard if they want to sponsor me or whatever. I'll
We got
work it.
King's Keeper for your beard,
Yeah, I need that as well.
and you got Jack Life for
Big
all
up.
your liquor needs as well.
Big up.
And there's something soon new to drop,
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Something
definitely.
soon to
Something
drop,
soon new,
something new to drop.
something
Stay
new.
tuned.
But yeah,
new.
I don't know the code, so should just watch it.
Sinners 10.
Sinners 10. That's what I was
Sinners
gonna say. Yeah, I'm
10.
just trying to
Sinners
think
10,
what
man.
Alexa said.
Yeah,
Sinners 10.
all them ones there.
All of them ones there.
But yeah, carrying on.
Okay, back. Ija, Ugly Boy, aka the 7.5 best looking.
Man dropped 10. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've dropped big stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. That I've started a new beard or not these man said. If they want to send me, they can still. No, new beard or back. Happy Easter, everyone. Still. I was only just saying like. Easter's just been full on, like pure nyam. You wouldn't believe.
Yeah, man. Bare
You see,
chocolate.
you
and
see if
cake,
you've
man.
got a sweet tooth and you got a young child, blood.
Yeah.
The eggs are just mad.
Mad.
Yeah, man.
And the chocolate and just
This is it.
hot
this
cross
is
buns this year, bro. I didn't even know like hot cross buns.
Didn't even know
Hot
you
cross
liked it,
bun
yeah,
blood.
yeah. That
Oh
was the
my
one.
it.
god.
With a bit of cheese on there as well.
Peanut butter.
Blood, I had a Bramley apple pie hot cross bun.
That's
Mad from Marks and Spencer's.
I
Mad.
was gonna say that had to be.
That's
somewhere-
mad. Just cut
I
in
was
the
just
middle.
about to say it had to be
Yeah.
somewhere
No, it's mad still.
You didn't get that though.
Yeah, no. You ain't getting that no Aldi or no.
Nah, I was
Two
gonna
for
say-
Aldi a little bit surprised
Yeah.
though still, but yeah, it's all mad. So, but
definitely didn't get that from
nah, I
Aldi.
believe. But yeah, happy Easter everyone. I've just been chilling, honestly, just family time, just
Yeah,
Cadbury's
man,
World
have to.
tomorrow, as if you know what I mean, at Easter.
Even more in it.
Bro,
Bro.
talk about sweet tooth and he's going to Cadbury's. World.
Nah, but you know what?
Even more?
I booked it without even thinking. Like when it was my son wanted to go in it,
Yeah.
I was just like, even saying I'm missing for this. I was like, listen, I'm just done with chocolate, bro.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna come with like a sack of
Sack of
chocolate.
chocolate. 100%.
You know when you go Cadbury's or you get free chocolates off the
Ah,
spot.
but
Yeah,
just
I want to
boom.
tell you off the bat.
Just
Yeah.
boom.
And you don't feel like you can say no.
No, I'm taking it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
I'm
that.
gonna say-
You know,
Conveyor
you know
belt.
what the key to it is though. Because I love, the Rice Krispies treats
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
That with the Cadbury's chocolate, bro. And you got them in the fridge overnight. Are you mad? Blood, I can eat about sweat.
man's
Listen,
giving
that's
you-
what I'm
already
saying.
planned it out, you know.
I've already planned it out to melt that thing
Man
down.
bought 2 boxes of Rice Krispies.
Believe.
Pure chocolate.
Listen, you don't even need the good cornflakes as well, blood. So, but yeah, no, happy to be back. Yeah, we're here.
No worries.
Oh yeah, and MV for all of them. To be fair, I talk about football agendas, but I've just been living life recently.
Okay.
Booked a holiday. Went out.
Big up, man.
Went out this weekend for the first time in 6
Bank
months.
holiday, young man. Oh, to be young, man.
It's
Oh,
it,
to
man.
be young.
Gotta do what you can. Big up the man them that handled their drink, and big up the man them that didn't.
Yeah, sometimes
know
it
that
catches
you
you.
know.
There's definitely a man watching this like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
on about?
You know.
Yeah, you know you are. You know you are.
Sometimes it catches you. Man. You got any stories? Any unmentionables? Obviously, no names.
I was gonna say,
all
we can-
locations.
Nah. Another side.
Pure
We're not trying to get a man kicked out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Stuffs in black bags when he gets home by the time his missus watches this
I was
program.
gonna say.
All right. So to be fair, there's been a few good games on, but we're not going to talk about the games specifically. We're just going to talk about everyone's positions and how we feel about where everyone is at the moment. And the first place I'm going to start with is going to be closer to home. So I want everyone's opinion on who's had a better season so far in terms of where they were before, their expectations, and where they are now, and what you think they're going to do
I'll start it.
for the end of the season. So I'm going to go
I like what you gone there.
Villa or Spurs. Let MV begin.
I didn't want to start there, but
Go on then. Start where you wanted to start then, but make sure you finish off with that.
I'd say, based off what you said of who has had the best season so far, and I'm just going off Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal at this moment in time, it's gonna have to be Liverpool.
Yeah.
If we look at their last season, fifth,
Way off.
like terrible performances throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
It took a last minute dash to get to fifth as well. Do you
Yeah,
remember?
no,
It took a last minute dash because it was looking like a really bad season. You've changed it around with, I'm not gonna lie, not some amazing signings to me. Yeah, you got
On
Shabazz
paper,
Laye
on paper, but I think it's,
you missed out on a DM on a expensive DM for Endo, who's actually performed. But if we're looking at who's had the best season so far out of the 3 teams, it's gonna have to be Liverpool, because I didn't think they'd be in the title race.
Yeah.
I don't think
agree.
anyone did, and even like the comment, the pundits and the comment, nobody had this like.
Yeah.
I think Carragher might have had us like 4th or something. Like Gary Neville, all them man, didn't even have us in the top 4.
To be fair, I agree with that because
Well, the surgery that we had in the midfield was
exactly.
a
I was
big-
going to say because
and the big names that went, Henderson, Fabinho.
at the start of the season you had no
Keita,
midfield.
Ox,
Yeah.
Milner
And
went.
it- and-
five midfielders.
And if you know a club
about
team,
Ox.
it's all based on that midfield.
Yeah,
that-
but
You got an
he still
engine?
went. No, I'm
That
saying
went out
that,
there.
as a squad player, though. Yeah, no, but as a squad
Yeah,
player,
as a
though.
squad
But remember,
player.
he still had to buy a minimum of 3 midfielders.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and he's done well. Like, listen, one thing for me, one thing you can't really ever question is Klopp's signings.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, every manager gets one
Of
or two
course, yeah,
bookie ones. Like, every manager's done it. We can't say that. But in the main,
Yeah.
when he has had to pull it out the hat, as they say, he has.
It's
When
not
you
just
need,
him,
when
though,
you
you know,
need, when you
I-
need a goalkeeper and you need
Yeah,
a
yeah.
defender,
Yeah.
he made the board go on by
Yeah.
the 2 best. That was not many of us. If you don't watch Italian football, you don't know about Alisson. So
no, of course
when Alisson come in, you was like, whoa.
Well, even
Everybody who
even
had
his
75
audition
million
against
for
us.
Van Dijk.
Remember, we played Roma the
Yeah, yeah.
season before, and we put
So like you said, he's
like
probably
7 or something.
and then you're thinking, whoa.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
obviously he's sincerely
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
thinks,
yeah. Of
right,
course, mad.
Actually, this geezer's all right.
Yeah.
Van Dijk, let's be honest, everybody thought 75 million was way too much for him.
Yeah.
To be fair, you know what? When I saw him in Celtic, I thought, nah, he's going to be a player. You know, when he came
you
to
didn't think
Southampton-
so? If nobody thought
Not at
75
the time,
million, like-
75 million was a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Even
like,
at Southampton.
the
was
price
too
tag,
much at the time.
the price tag was too much, but I thought you'd pay anything for him because he had potential.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
they paid anything for him because unfortunately with Liverpool, what they did was left themselves in this shit
Yeah, of
where
course.
they needed
Yeah,
somebody. Where you lot are now.
I remember we disrespected Southampton.
Yeah,
we were
yeah, yeah.
chasing for a year and just all kinds of tapping up or
Yeah.
whatever rumours of
Like I
tapping
said,
up.
you lot are in the
Allegedly.
same. Sorry, to
Sancho.
go change the team. Yeah, you lot are in. You got him less, but you got him for less. 'Cause obviously, the season before you was going to pay 100 odd million, then you pay 70 odd for it. But Man United, unfortunately, always pay a premium. It's because it's Man United.
Yeah.
But you lot have left yourself in a shit because you're in such a bad state right now. Anybody that knows you want their player is going to say, We know you need him.
I was
Can
gonna
have 10 million on that one, 5 million. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I think
You're
it's
gonna
something
pay
to do with,
premium all
but
the time.
it's also who's doing the negotiating. So obviously, you're saying about Klopp buying all these players. It's not just him. I think the people behind him. Obviously, we got Michael Edwards back. We've fought to get him back. We're getting
Yeah.
Hughes, whatever. You know the importance of people who know their jobs, i.e., best in class.
Yeah,
sport directors.
hence why they're doing what they're doing right
Oh
now.
yeah, Jason Wilcox
Yeah.
and they got my man from Man City. Who they got now. They're getting
But,
Dan Ashworth or. I think the importance of having the people,
Yeah, it is.
the best in class, who can negotiate deals and have contacts.
When you
Yeah.
talk about a couple of best Klopp signings, I just got two names for you, and they're both on the left hand side: Robertson and Mane. If you look at the prices for both
Yeah,
of them,
yeah.
and
8
what
million
they've
for
turned
Robertson.
out, Robertson at one stage was the best left back in the world, and Mane was going up against Salah, who is going to go down as a Liverpool legend and a Prem legend. You get it? So.
If
Yeah, big
Mane
up.
would have stayed, he'd have been the same. I'll tell you the problem with, and think about it, when Robertson come, you'll know better than any of us.
Yeah.
He didn't even play for about 6 months.
No, you have to learn.
Moreno was playing, I
Yeah, you have to
remember.
learn, yeah.
Because I'm thinking, yo, Liverpool got 2 dead left backs at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah,
So
Moreno
I'm thinking,
defense.
this Robertson geezer weren't
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it. He didn't put on no
Didn't
shoes
do
at hole. Moreno, I know, was never no good. He couldn't defend to
Couldn't
save his
defend,
life. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this geezer's shit. Now look, like you said, at one point, Robertson's the best left back in the world. But to go back to your question, yeah, Liverpool, I think out of the 3, Liverpool definitely having the best season.
100%. I agree with that.
Like there was in the fight up until obviously losing to Man United up until what 2 weeks ago, whatever
Yeah.
it was,
You're getting all 4
for a
cups.
quadruple.
Yeah.
So
And
it's not a bad. it's
in
not a bad
fairness,
season.
I think today that's the best football match I've seen Man United play this season against Liverpool, and it's only because of Liverpool. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like you bring the best out of teams, and I think out of all the teams that you can watch, I think we were saying this
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Like you
Most entertaining, I think.
You watch
I think
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Yeah. I think that was the first time he let the shackles off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first time Ten Hag just thought, I'm getting sacked in the morning.
And
That's how it felt.
And I know you wasn't. That was the episode you missed. Didn't
That's
it?
the one
And
I
I
missed,
was
yeah.
saying like to me, I wasn't really over. Obviously, I was upset we lost. But
Yeah.
you see, as a spectacle,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
game, bro,
It was
yeah,
amazing.
just like,
The-
it was.
It's a beautiful game.
As a fan, it's a horrible way to lose.
Of course, yeah. But it was a spectacle,
way-
you know.
it was a good game.
brass
Yeah,
spectacle.
yeah,
Even
100%.
when, like, it's an
Because you could have lost it. Remember, you could have lost it twice.
Yeah, of course.
Because
Of course.
Rashford's obviously
Yeah,
was offside,
yeah.
obviously, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it was a different
But
type of
yeah,
game.
to get back on track then.
Yeah.
So
Out of Villa and
out
Tottenham.
of those 3, yeah, we'll say that it's definitely Liverpool, hands down. In terms of Aston Villa
Spurs.
and Spurs, what's your opinion? I'm not going to come to you first. Obviously, you're going to be biased. So
I think
But
they're
I
both,
think-
and this is a compliment to Villa. I think they're both on the same sort of level.
You think so?
No, I think Spurs have been tracking obviously higher for a while, been pushing for
Mm-hmm.
the Champions League for a while. But I just think how clever Villa have become, the shrewd signings, the money spent, the right money spent, by the way. Like I said, squad wise, I think they're very similar. Obviously, Tottenham might have 1 or 2 more, but I think Villa are a team on the rise, bro.
You know what?
I think Villa, honestly, I'm a massive.
you go now.
Villa fan, go on.
No,
sorry.
I'm not massive Villa fan, but I just like the look of the team. I just like the pace in the right place. They got the right defenders, strong defenders. They got midfielders who can ball, and they still need another 4, but they still got the main man. They got Ali and
Yeah.
It's a really good question. This question I really like still. Who's had the best season so far? I'm thinking Villa, Tottenham. You know what it is? Villa have actually spent, when you deep it, if you look at how much money Villa have actually spent, it's quite a lot. But again, Tottenham have been higher for more seasons recently, so it's a tough one. But for me, personally, if I'm looking at who's had a better season so far, based off last season, I'd still have to give it to Tottenham. I can't lie. How I thought Tottenham would capitulate after Conte was mad. I thought Conte left them in the biggest mess ever.
Plus losing Kane.
Plus losing Kane. See those 2 factors there. I thought, okay, no chance of even looking around top 4, top 6 for the next
I thought
2
top 8,
years
top 10.
minimum. You get me? So when I seen that, I was like, cool. I look at the signings. I look at is it Destiny?
Destiny
Van
was
der
done the year
Ven?
before those two. I think under
Their
Conte.
goalkeeper as well.
That was a mad.
Was Van der Ven this year?
Van der Ven
was
is a
this
good
year.
one.
You're looking at Van der Ven, looking at the rebirth of Basuma. You're looking at Madison, great addition. You're looking at I don't rate him, but Brennan Johnson, he's been chipping in here and there. And Richarlison's done better this season, and Son going because I thought Son was finished again. And then you've just moved him into strike. No managers consisted with, obviously it's nip and tuck because obviously Kane went, but no one has consisted with Son in the 9, and look what he's producing.
Yeah.
I kind of have to give it It's a tough one. Still.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna agree with you there. You know, I think the reason why is because my son supports Aston Villa, so I watch Aston Villa a little bit
Big him
more.
up.
So like, there's an expectation there for me because last season I think they were unlucky to be where they were, not because of the way they play. It's just the not the decisions, but the results didn't go there.
Where did they finish last year? Of course, it's
Seventh,
seventh.
Seventh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They should have been higher.
Yeah.
Villa.
In
Or
my
six.
yeah.
No, we finished sixth first since seventh. So
Yeah.
six.
In my opinion, they should have been higher.
One of the two.
And that's purely because of the results. But you can see,
Seven,
like I've said it already, like out of the midfield, they've got one of the most strongest midfields in there. Apart from the top three, I can't see any midfield that's better than them. If I'm going to be honest with you, and that's my opinion. I don't think Spurs is better than theirs. I don't think Man United is better than theirs. I don't think Newcastle is better than theirs. I think they've got a really strong squad. I think anyone will take Douglas Luiz. Any top 14 will take him.
Kamara?
I've always
Kamara,
wanted
if
And
he was injured.
only reason people aren't shouting McGinn's name even more is because he's not called Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that for a fact.
Yeah,
I
John
think
McGinn can play.
He's an engine and
Yeah.
he's got movement about him.
Yeah.
He knows. And,
Bailey stepped up this year as well.
and this is it. And the thing is, and the prime thing for me is they've got a manager who's a serial winner. Believe it or not, like he's a serial winner. He knows how to win games in competitions. He knows longevity in the league. So that's why my expectations were a bit more for.
Are you still in the Conference League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spurs.
So for me, Villa are where they're supposed to be right now. So for me, I'm thinking, Spurs are the team that have done better.
Pushing for Champions League over Spurs, considering Spurs have
Yeah.
done it like
No,
for years, even on the high red now.
No, I understand
like
that.
I'm ready to
Villa in the
disagree.
Champions League. I don't think in
Nah.
my generation, I can't remember Villa
Yeah.
really in the Champions League.
I understand
bro.
what you're
So
saying,
it's-
but like
Villa will finish in the Champions League.
because I've been watching Villa,
Okay.
it might be a little bit of a bias for me as well, but I don't like
You've
Villa.
seen this lead, okay?
No, but
have
I've
you
seen
seen this
them.
lead? Okay, you've seen this lead up to where they are now. Because to me,
Yeah,
they're the
I
fourth
have.
best team in the country.
No, I have.
Okay.
I've seen it because I've been watching them for a good 2 years now.
Okay.
Wait, so you just said that Villa is going to finish in the top four. So
I do think they're
so
gonna
you
finish
think
fourth.
Villa's going to finish fourth?
Sorry.
I do.
So you think,
No, I'm
think
ready to
with these
disagree.
last 8 games of the season, Villa will beat Tottenham and Man U to top 4?
Yeah.
I think Man U are out to it, bro. Like,
I agree,
Man-
but I
Man-
have to put them there because they're there mathematically, regardless of what anyone
Man
thinks.
U, I think I'm not worried about Man U. I'm not even
No,
taking
no,
it.
no one's
I
worried
do.
about Man United.
But yeah, I'm gonna disagree with what man are saying. First of all, because I heard man mention first of all about Villa spent money. We have, but we've received a lot as
Yeah,
well.
cool.
I think people forget that.
Yeah.
People see
Grealish
that
100 mil straight.
Grealish straight 100 mil.
Yeah, and that's pure profit as well, by the way.
Pure profit. Cameron Archer, 18
Oh,
to 25,
yeah.
as if whatever it all goes up to.
I forgot about
Pure
that.
profit.
I like him, you know. I think he's a good
I mean,
player.
I would have kept him personally, but
Yeah.
again, profit and sustainability, all that pure profit.
Finazzi's yours. Well, is it
2 million sent to
Borough?
Borough.
Yeah.
Pure profit. Like, no, we don't have to give no one back that money or a piece of it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Kamara, we got on a free.
Yeah. Tielemans.
Tielemans, we got on a free.
crazy.
So,
That was
again,
good
the
business,
only
man.
bad buy that we've really made, think
You don't
about it,
think-
I'm going to show you a really bad buy
Good
that he's
squad
really
player.
made, is, my brain, Coutinho, when
Yeah.
and when I say that, you know, he paid that 13 million back in shirt sales and just being Coutinho, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So again, but then the problem we had was getting him off the way
Yeah, you have to
because
wait. You have to wait.
because of the money was on.
Coutinho gone?
Diego Carlos now.
Yeah, he
yeah,
plays
we
in-
got
plays
rid
in
of-
Qatar,
paid him,
Qatar,
yeah,
the-
we got rid of him, but it took a settlement to get rid of him, so that probably kills us a little bit. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
But going back to so that means I think we've done well in terms of money. We have spent money, but we have received a lot of money as well. Where we are on the table, I don't care. Like the hardest Villa fan, we didn't expect to be fourth. I had no way in my life did I thought we was. I always say a better season if we'd have got one up. We finished seventh, last season. If we'd have got 6 this year, I would have been happy. There's no way with 8-9 games to go. Am I thinking if we just say we got City tonight, but we beat Brentford on the weekend, we're still ahead of Spurs.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like they've still got to play Arsenal.
Yeah.
They've still got to play
City, Liverpool.
City, Liverpool. So hopefully on them weekends, let's say we've got Burnley.
So
Man United.
let me ask you a question. Do you think the answer to the question is who finishes fourth?
Well, but I think we finish. I think if we win the games we're supposed to, we will finish fourth.
Okay.
And when I say that, I think again, like I said, I think we've
You got some tricky ones. You've got Arsenal away. You've got Liverpool home.
I think we've got Liverpool
City tonight.
yeah, we've got City. So we have got a few hard ones.
both of them have tough ones.
But then there's Brentford
Yeah.
at home.
Spurs got the same
Spurs is sorry to cut you. Spurs is game in hand is Chelsea. Now, don't get it twisted. That's not an easy game.
I got a question for you then. So if Spurs finish 4th and you finish 5th, who's had a better season?
I'd still say us. And I'll tell you why I say us. I know they finished below us last year, and I'll tell you why. They've got £1 billion stadium. They've got everything you need to attract.
They got way more
Like, they spent a lot of money, you know.
Yeah.
Mickey Van der Ven cost them God knows how much.
It wasn't that much.
No, he was a bit, bro. They spent
40
he-
yards,
he-
50,
he was a-
50 max.
he was a good. Brennan Johnson was 50.
That's a lot of money, yeah.
Brennan Johnson's 50.
Yeah.
All right, like you said, and you don't rate.
Terrible
Well, there you go. Then you don't even rate him.
yeah.
So they've spent 50 on someone you don't even rate.
yeah.
Madison, that's probably the best one. 40 million.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
That was a good deal.
And they spent bread.
They've spent bread
bread.
as well.
They have,
So
they have.
when I'm saying that, like, I'm telling you, if Spurs miss out over Villa, I'm telling you, Spurs fans are more pissed than Villa fans are. My
don't know, you
brethren,
know.
I'm telling you, my brethren, she messaged me the other day. 2 days after the game, and told me, "Fuck you," because Spurs, you get what I'm trying to say. Because we went and beat Wolves, knowing
Yeah.
they was expecting Wolves to beat. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like they're now watching the results and thinking, after they beat us 4-0, listen, they was expecting to go, and we don't catch them again.
You know what it is?
They turned us over.
I just thought
I think
about
Spurs fans.
Spurs now chasing the worry.
Spurs fans at the very least, and I think Daniel Levy at the very least wants top 4, bro. When he's got to be on
And
saying
they're
that
hoping
at
for-
the
remember,
stage.
fifth
At the
could
very
get
least,
us-
at the
fifth
very
could get them in Champions
That's what I'm
League.
saying.
Fifth could
And
get
if,
them in
if I'm
Champions
Daniel
League.
Levy, of the way things are panning out at the moment, like I've got to finish 4th because there isn't really Chelsea
Like-
in
like
it.
what you
Man
said.
United, all their man ain't really in the thing. Like
Bro,
it's a poor season if they don't finish
You
4th.
look at what you just said. You look at what you just said.
With what they've got and the infrastructure and the stadium.
Man
whatever,
United are not
it's-
in it.
Yeah.
For one
Chelsea
season,
not
let's
in
look
it.
at it. Chelsea are not in it.
Yeah.
Man,
And
you
you
are
just
not
got
in
a
it.
war with Villa.
There's
He's
no.
going with Villa,
Come
really.
on, man. You expect to beat.
Come on.
If you're Levy and I'm the Villa owner.
I don't agree.
Nah, I'm not
You are,
going to
you
do that. No, listen.
No, what I'm trying to
No,
say is.
no,
nah,
what
because-
Daniel Levy's life. You don't think
You don't
think
think
I
you
understand.
don't think
him as a
that
chairman,
one-
like,
that
bruh,
one season
it's
that you're
poor
not
if you don't
competing
finish
with. Do you think that one season you're not competing with Chelsea and Man United and
you
you
know-
don't get top 4? You would
Alright.
be pissed.
Nah,
Daniel,
so-
remember, this is Daniel Levy we're talking about, not
Yeah.
not
So
us, man. You know.
Daniel Levy is a shrewd businessman.
I know,
Yes.
he knows the thing, bro.
I agree with that. It doesn't mean that he deserves to be in top 4. Sorry, but he hasn't got. He didn't have, I believe, the players to do that at the start of the season. Whereas
What?
losing Kane is instrumental,
But
and then
so-
bringing
we
in.
all knew that was coming. Everyone knew that was coming.
100%.
And the whole not thinking Son could do it, bro. Like,
Knowing
I
it's
don't think
coming
he got
and
ready.
then planning and
I knew
preparing
Son
for
could
that
play
is
nine.
totally
It's totally
different.
different.
Okay,
and
okay.
then Postecoglou, you didn't know how, if he was gonna.
Yeah, no, we didn't know that. Yeah, it's a lot-
exactly.
a lot of the unknown.
There was
There's a lot of
there was many
unknowns.
more factors that you had to consider for Spurs
I have
than
to agree still.
than Villa. Villa have been solid since Emery's came in. Villa already had a strong. I'm not saying that they're the best team. They had a strong team, and you can see how well the team is ran under Emery. So they had a bit more of a platform to build on. Whereas with Spurs, they're building from new practically because they've lost a talisman. Losing your talisman and losing your goalkeeper,
I was
your
gonna say-
captain, is key. It's
Can I
instrumental.
mention? Because for me, I think goalkeeper is the hardest position on the pitch. You know,
And-
to get my man out of nowhere, out of Empoli, blood.
Yo.
and just like even when I bought him, I'm just like, hey,
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
who
the Italian goalkeepers or I don't. Is he? He's definitely Italian.
He's Italian? Yeah, he's
Italian.
Italian.
Italian
Okay.
goalkeepers.
I think you're
Italian
yeah.
players in general.
Yeah.
Just to pluck him straight from a team like Empoli, bro,
This is
and
it.
just throw him in, and he looks a fucking business.
Yo,
I
he
can't-
looks solid.
Fair play to the recruitment team because
He
that
looks solid.
there, like that, just straight off the bat, no warming him in. Bro, you're number one straight
Good.
off the bat. Forget Lloris, you're number one.
This
That's
is it.
mad.
This is it.
That's
Wanna
mad.
know
I rate
something?
that. Rate that.
Just
I rate the
lastly,
goalkeeper as well.
lastly, I feel like we spent too long.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's so tight.
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of like this debate, but I've kind of been looking at it. I've been thinking during the season. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't want to ride out for these, man, because they're pagans, but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying there was a time where they had so much injuries and suspensions at one point to
Yeah.
big players.
Yeah.
And for them to stick in and still be in the top 4 race. Yes, I know like the certain teams have dropped off, but to still be in the top 4 race, I think kudos to them. But that's the question. Villa's had a better season so far.
Yeah. Like I said, I think just last one because we've had a bad one. Like I said, I think people forgetting our injuries are mad long. You see the ones that they've got, they can come back within the season. Mine ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Like Mings.
Mings, Buendia, and Bouba Kamara. They're done. Their seasons are over.
Who you missing the most out of them though?
Boubacar Kamara. Because obviously Buendia and Mings ain't even kicked a ball this year. Buendia ain't even kicked a ball, bro.
But to play devil's advocate, I'm not gonna lie. Buendia didn't pull up trees before this
Nah, but
season,
shut-
and Mings has been doing a lot of mistakes.
I'll tell you one thing though.
I'm with you.
Buendia, the way Buendia plays for, you know, that little 10 role for Emery.
Yeah.
For Emery.
It's solid.
he does it well.
Yeah, I agree.
He's never going to be a
Not
goal
big
scorer.
sample, not a big sample size in the Premier League though. Still,
Huh?
Nah, he's
he
not.
didn't pull up trees much last year.
Check his numbers. They weren't that bad last year. Check his numbers.
had a
They
good
actually
end
weren't
to
that
the
bad.
season.
I like
His numbers weren't that bad.
I
When
like
we-
Wendy as well.
I do.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. So the last team that we're gonna focus on is
Don't say Man United.
I think it might be. I think just the sigh
so.
of just like
I can tell. Can I just start? Can I
Manchester United.
Are
or
you giving a
Newcastle.
comparison?
Yeah, it's a comparison. Who's had a better season,
Oh, that's the wrong. That's the
Man
wrong
United who?
debate.
Man United or Newcastle?
That's the wrong debate.
If it's the wrong debate, give me something else.
Okay, then I'm gonna touch. No love. I'm gonna touch on Man United first.
Yeah, go
and
on
then
then.
we're gonna go
Yeah.
because I heard a stat today. They had 85 touches in your penalty area, bro.
Oh, you
That
mean
is a
with
record.
No, no,
with
Brentford did.
Brentford. Say it again. Brentford.
Brentford had 80.
man.
Like,
Brentford.
listen,
This ain't Brentford of last season,
I was
or-
out watching the game.
I was in the pub watching
in
it
the pub watching the game.
mad.
But like,
Yo,
all I'm
and
saying
the
is,
screen was behind me.
sorry to interject, but like, you man ain't watched Man United like I have. That's just a normal.
No, we
that's just
watched
a
Man
normal-
United.
Man U, how I
Watch Man United.
That's a
I sat
record.
there
No, bro, that's
and
a
I
record.
watched that game.
That's just
I
normal.
watched it. Don't get me wrong. Brentford's tactics,
Yeah.
as in like dissecting the midfield, and obviously big up Kobe Mainoo or whatever. Bro, he didn't do nothing because the ball was never nowhere near him. In all fairness,
They just took it away from him.
But he couldn't.
no one could. I think with you, like you allow teams to play too much, bro. Like,
You know
there's
what?
There's
They're a team
there's
of-
no
Man
energy.
United don't
and
press, but they don't. Like it's been shown already. It's been
odd.
dissected.
It's
you
odd.
got half. You press half of the way, and then the other team don't.
There's no
come up.
intensity in the
so
press. It's not even a
all
believable
that
press.
happens if you find it. There's a massive gap in there.
Always.
Teams find it for fun. We found it in that 2-0
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
Teams find that hole.
Oh, I'm hoping Liverpool find it on the weekend.
You lot are in trouble. If you let McAllister, the way he played, big up McAllister
Them
when he
little clip
played
balls
against.
over the top, bro. You'll find them all there.
who did you play the weekend?
Brighton.
Nah, blood. McAllister.
You see them little clip balls?
Bad boy.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying, look,
You
like,
not get caught in that hole. Like, listen.
listen.
That could come embarrassing.
Man United are just playing for banter at the moment because
You are banter.
no, we are playing for banter. I'm not saying we're banter FC, but we're playing for banter at the moment. There is no game that I can say apart from that one game I told you that I actually enjoyed. There's probably a couple that I've got gassed over because they've showed a bit of intensity now and again, but as a whole, it's been rubbish. Like this is
I know. Sorry, every week we're kind of we try and get answers and. Why is that? Like even when I'm watching the Brentford game and I don't mean to just go Rashford because I think he's a great player.
they're not playing for
Bro,
the.
when that second half, bro, he's just there freezing.
You see the word
because
that
he
you-
ain't even.
see the word you said about
Garnacho
coaching?
freezing. Like there's no.
Yeah, but the word
They're
he
just
used about they're coached. You said but you can see Spurs are coached the way Postecoglou
Yep.
wants to play. Villa.
Yep.
That's where he's gotta go.
Arsenal,
Yep.
Liverpool.
That's where he's
See,
gotta go, bro.
Yep.
Ten Hag, Man United. I can't see.
This is what I've said.
I cannot see
the
what
coaching.
they.
And-
What the
That's
idea is,
I'm
what
trying to
the
say. I don't know if
identity
you
is.
press
What
high or you low block. I
And
don't
you're not so
I
frustrating
don't think the
about
players
that.
know. The players don't know, bro.
So that's a problem.
Do you know what's so
know.
frustrating about that? Is because he used to be a coach in Ajax, and I thought he'll bring his coach mentality into Man United. Man United's broken this guy, you know, because he wasn't a bad coach. He had a philosophy. He actually had a philosophy,
Yeah.
but he's lost it in Man United because Man United, at the moment, is just a pit of shit,
It is.
and it just rots everyone. So I'm hoping next year, this year's a write-off. Any Man United say this year's a write-off. We're waiting for everything to happen
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
I think Sir Jim
And
says
we'll
it though,
see
you know,
this
because I think for me, the players have got way. I mean, we've touched on it.
Way too much power.
I think I got way too much power. I think like he's the sort of coach you'll come in. These men ain't really respecting him. I don't think they're hearing anything from like Rashford, Casemiro, Varane. I don't think they want to
don't
hear any of it really. I think Bruno as well. I don't think they really
Yeah,
want to.
yeah.
I don't think they're buying into it. And I think Sir Jim will see that still, and he's just going to be like, listen. I'll get my men. I'll get
He'll
Dave
do
Brailsford.
two-
He'll
I was gonna
just rip it all up.
He'll have to do two things. He'll have to do two
Pay-
things.
pay enough, man.
He'll
Pay
have to
more.
let them
Pay
know,
more.
like, yo, this geezer's got the power and you lot will be gone.
Yeah.
That's
Or we're going to stick with him so you lot sort yourselves out.
Yeah.
Or we're going to kick him out the door and we're going to get this man in. And
And
trust me.
I think it's already started with the Varane thing. Allowing Rafael Varane to leave on a free at 30-31 is mad.
Yeah, you-
It's,
like,
but
especially
it's the
Saudi
right
now,
thing
but-
to do. It's mad, but it's the example.
Oh, you know.
Nah,
With
but-
Saudi-
It's a good
see,
defender,
With
but
Saudis around, I'd be trying to sell him personally for money.
No, no,
Yeah,
100%.
no.
but like,
It's a terrible loss, but
Yeah.
but not renewing a big time defender.
gonna say, because who's better
he's going
than him
to
right
he's
now?
going to the Euros
Yeah,
and whatever.
who's better than him right now?
Oh, no one. But that. I'm saying. But that's. I
Who's
think
their
that's-
best centre-half,
I
I
think.
think?
I think that's on the basis of his attitude.
Martinez. We need.
But he's out again for another
Yeah,
month.
yeah,
He's
he's
injured
out.
again.
Yeah.
So you can have a great centre half all you want, but if you can't keep him fit,
And the fact
he's
is,
no good to no one.
like all our players are just they're brittle.
Ericsson,
Mount-
obviously Ericsson's got to go, but at least Ericsson, you know when I watch
tries,
Ericsson,
he tries.
At least That's the word I was just about to use. At
He
least
shake the legs.
Eriksen actually looks like.
Yeah,
He ain't got the leg. I
Yeah,
get
legs,
it.
leg
You've
goes.
got to build a team, but you got to have a Mainu and say a McTominay, just for instance, for legs around him.
This
because
is it.
You can't have. You can't. At least he looks like he tries and he's got quality.
But the thing is, yeah,
rest of him-
he bought him out to replace Eriksen. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
he did. And obviously, it's unfortunate that Mount ain't played.
Oh, Mount will try though.
No,
yeah,
Mount
Mount
will
will-
try.
at least
one
he'll
thing-
run. Mount will
And
run.
run.
One thing
and
I'll
he'll
say
take
is
on
Mount will
instructions and
run.
he'll do anything you tell him to.
One thing I would say is Mount is going to be our drill horse. Like
He's going to be a good player. for you.
I think so.
I'm
With the
at
right coach.
I'm at Tominay, but with a bit more
Quality,
to him.
yeah.
That's it. Do you get what I'm saying? I prefer McTominay more towards up top. But at the moment, you speak to any Man United fan, I'm telling you, you know what you're gonna get. You're either gonna get
Ten Hag stay.
Don't know what
very-
you're going to get. I think that's the problem.
No,
I think you're very
you do,
divided.
you do,
My
you do.
cousin on the weekends, a massive
No, I
United
mean,
fan
like-
goes up and he's
like,
telling me
if you were,
Ten Hag has to stay.
All right, then say quickly before you. I
Ten
know,
Hag
I know,
stay?
I know he's ready to
Yeah,
go.
he's ready wants to pass it.
Go on.
If you was to put a bet down quickly, and Man United was your last team, your last pound, I ain't putting my money down, bro. I said I'd rather give it to the man. I'll give mine to the man.
Ain't no way.
I ain't doing it because I might as well lose it anyway.
I think I'm looking at the opposition, and if they're well drilled or they've got identity, I'm backing them still.
Yeah, yeah,
Can't-
I can't-
Someone
I
like
can't-
Brentford, I'm not backing United
Nah,
against
no,
Brentford
not a
because
chance.
they're not playing great, but at least they've got a style of play and identity.
But I tell you-
they
I tell-
can't. Man United can't force himself upon another team because they don't have an identity. They're just
No, they don't. But I tell you what, we're still
bunch of
dangerous.
man
though.
playing football.
We're still dangerous though. The only
Dangerous
reason
of what?
we are still dangerous.
Oh no, you'll give us a game of. I think
Yeah.
somehow you'll pluck up some sort of
We're still
energy from somewhere on the
and
weekend.
I don't know how they do it, but they're still dangerous.
It's the man you.
It's just-
you perform against the big team.
It's just stupid.
Similar,
But
similar to the team you should be comparing yourself to. But I'm gonna say this:
Go on.
you lot are just a whole bunch of balls. Like it's like I'll be real. Like you don't do anything on the pitch. You don't attack properly. You don't do anything in midfield. And when I look at Man U, they're just like a team that is like. It's full of like loads of players, managers, but the thing is, Ten Hag's been there for at least he's coming up to 2 years now. So we should have rubber stamped his imprint and his philosophy on the team completely.
I agree.
And when I've been saying it all year, they've been coached wrong. When you're telling me about stuff behind the scenes, I'm sorry, we just have to stick it on the pitch. They're not performing on the pitch.
No, I agree.
What Brentford? It's not the Brentford of old. Brentford have not been the same this season. They're in a relegation fight this season. With man that have had five or 6 points taken off them, like Everton and Nottingham Forest, from what I remember. So I'm sorry, there's no way a team like that can have 85 touches in your box. But the team that I think we should be comparing with Man U, it's not Newcastle. 'Cause I think you could compare like Newcastle, or
I
West
think
Ham.
Newcastle
maybe.
where they're supposed to be. I think they're,
Exactly.
they're well overachieved.
The team you need to be
Well
thinking
overachieved.
about is Chelsea. Who's had a better season than Man U? or
Chelsea are worse. I'd rather
Chelsea
be where
were the
Man-
worst. No,
Yeah, I'd rather be where Man U are than Chelsea.
Yeah,
They reach a
Like-
cup final still and still in another cup with
Yeah,
United. I
And,
guess.
and B,
I'm not gonna lie,
And
B-
B, when
B-
match of the day comes on and they say, let's check the table and you're not there, not
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Chelsea.
it's
Yeah,
but I think where Man U are is a false representation of the. Of
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
they should,
but
they should be
but-
where Chelsea.
but-
They should be.
but-
They should be.
but-
Yeah, they should be
they're
where
there,
Chelsea.
though.
They should be where Chelsea.
And they're in the
still.
semi-final.
Exactly. Exactly.
Even to get the point over the weekend, that was daylight robbery.
That was shocking.
That was daylight to get that
That
point.
was shocking.
Daylight robbery.
It's like someone had a bet.
And
on
that,
it.
that just
Yeah.
shows how poor. And the thing is, I was watching the game in the pub.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. And me.
And
He
I
was
kind
home.
of feel
Yeah.
that
was going to happen? Bro, listen.
They are bad. That is bad.
I
That is
swear
bad.
that- no,
Score
no,
so late.
seriously.
Honestly, something just in me. I'm like, Brentford, if they click the ball right,
Bro,
Brentford could
big up
score.
all the
here.
man them that I was watching the game with,
Yeah.
bro. They will tell you the same. We all sat there and says, they'll go score. Man, you'll score at some point.
yeah.
They'll go score. And then we all looked at him.
Nah, I
when they
couldn't see
scored-
Man United go.
when
So
we
at
all-
the Brentford goal, I could see. I
bro,
couldn't see Man
I
United
swear
go.
to you, on everything.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
We sat there.
Because United
like,
do that, yeah.
And we all sat there and
Yeah.
went, fuck, they've done it again. No, like,
I
we
locked
was
off the
all
game.
like, people thought we were Brentford fans.
Yeah.
I think the way people thought us in the club was like we was Brentford, because we all sat there and went, oh, for fuck, because one's a Liverpool fan, one's a Baggies
Yeah.
fan, whatever, but I'm a Villa. Obviously, I wanted Brentford for Villa, whatever. We're sitting there all like, they've fucking done it again. They've done that Man United stuff.
I locked
But-
off the game.
Yeah.
I locked off the game
because
for
you
someone
thought-
to tell me that Brentford scored.
Called right behind, because you don't expect.
I said, nah.
Once they
sack
got that
this.
1-0 that late, you think they've won it. But
Yeah,
going
but
back
I
to what
think-
you said,
yeah.
sorry, they're in the cup final as well, though.
Yeah.
Man United,
Well,
but well,
same.
if they beat Coventry, they're in a cup final.
Coventry
So they
beat
could
them, by the
finish.
way.
Man United could finish, say, 6,
and
where
get
they
to-
are now,
and
innit?
get to a cup final.
And get to a cup final.
Robbery.
Potentially win it if they don't get City. Whoever they get. You ain't that, like, if you're Chelsea, Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
And maybe the cup final, like you said, obviously they've still got to get through. But they've got City and Chelsea having the other semi-final.
All right.
So Man United could get to a final because I expect them to beat Coventry and then finish 6. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I was saying, moving on swiftly. We'll find out tomorrow because they play tomorrow, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do the play trial.
Yeah, the play trial, well,
Interesting
yeah,
game.
well, yeah. This will be a
Misfits
different,
FC. I reckon a 2-2 or
Who's
or
playing
a
tomorrow?
2.
Is it-
Yeah, it's Man United.
Man
Chelsea.
United.
Man
The,
United,
the weird
Chelsea.
thing is they're both two sides that
Yeah.
play good against the top teams.
Yeah.
Because they're
We'll
still a
speak
big
about that.
team.
We'll
You know
speak
what I
about
mean?
that. We'll speak
Nothing,
about
nothing
that.
to lose.
But just to move it a little bit,
Yeah.
obviously there was a bit of controversy about Roy Keane talking
League
smack
Two.
about Haaland,
About
saying
Haaland,
he's a
yeah.
League Two, blah 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 blah. So it just sparked a little conversation. So it had me thinking. Like, I think personally that Haaland, he's not a complete striker, but he is
The best striker.
a complete goal scorer. I don't think he's the best striker, in fairness, and this is why I'm going to approach this
Okay.
in this way. So, who would you say is the most complete striker out of, because it's the similar generation, Mbappe and Haaland?
I think it's hard. 'Cause I think
And I'm going to go for. I'll go to MV. So Mbappe and Haaland.
What are you
So
asking?
so who's a more complete striker? So
I don't-
not in terms of numbers. I'm talking complete striker. When you if you've watched Mbappe and you know how he scores goals, the position he gets in, etc., link up play. Think about all that.
I don't think that's a question, you know, of who's the better striker. I don't think Mbappe is a striker. That's the truth.
He's
If-
definitely.
when you,
a striker.
when you
Definitely
look
striker, but-
when you look at all of his attributes, if you look at the positions he holds in the game, if you watch the position
he
he
plays,
holds
he
in the
plays.
game, it's predominantly off the left.
After
It's like that.
He does.
Still a striker.
And he doesn't
I
want to
agree.
play down the middle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why the Real Madrid one's going to be. Sorry to just not quickly shift.
Yeah.
The Real Madrid one's going to be a hard one because you got Vinny,
Nah, but
him.
That's so interchangeable.
It's gonna be
I think
crazy.
that
It is gonna be
4-4-2 isn't a
interchangeable.
4-4-2. You know?
No,
I
but
think-
someone's
I think-
going to have to sit down. At some point, you need somebody that's
all right.
handball in
So
and around.
just to play devil's advocate,
But sorry, carry on.
I still class Mo Salah as a striker. Even though he
Nah,
plays on the
he's-
left,
he's
even though
not,
even though he's a
Darwin's
left
a
wing,
striker.
he's
Yeah.
no. Darwin's a centre forward striker. Do
I
you get what I'm
think the
saying?
modern day striker is a forward. Like
He's a
left
forward.
wing.
He's a forward.
Okay.
He's a forward.
Okay, yeah.
Mbappe's definitely.
His
He's
prime-
not a midfielder.
Well, if you're
he's
going
a
to say at the
forward.
tune, it's got to be Mbappe. Like Mbappe, because
Technically,
Mbappe is
it's-
cleaner
yeah.
with everything. Like and
Just a better player.
Yeah, I
just a
don't.
better
I don't listen. Part of me doesn't disagree with what Roy Keane said.
Technically, Haaland is incredible.
Technically,
And
what
build up.
Roy Keane's saying, I think he got his words wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
Technically, and I don't think he said that actually. But
He's just
technically-
passionate in it. So
Yeah, it's just the way he says it.
it.
He probably
Yeah.
comes out wrong. But
Yeah.
what he's saying is, his hold up play, he's passing off sometimes. The little bits that need to be cleaned up are not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's probably where he's coming from. Probably to say League Two, probably a bit harsh.
Very harsh.
That's the bit that probably caught everybody.
Yeah, he's not a League Two player.
But I don't. But like, I think people are forgetting his words were after. But he is the best striker in the world. Like, people have forgot that Roy Keane actually said that. But he is the best striker in the world. Like,
Yeah.
if I want someone to put a chance away in the box, I'll probably want it at the moment. I want it to fall to Haaland because more than likely he's putting it away.
I thought this last season, and I kind of wish I was on the podcast last season. I would have said it when he was doing the mad thing, like the best record going. I'm talking when he had already broken it against Arsenal. I think he got like whatever. He's the best worst striker I've ever seen in my life,
Yeah.
and I tell you that.
Wow.
I kid you not. He's a terrible player to watch. He's frightening.
He doesn't get involved in the link-up play, and he's kind of. But
Nah, it's in like
the
what-
other side
no,
of it is,
no, no.
you know, a striker. You know, if you're a striker and you watch my man,
Yeah.
watch the
He's a
bro.
dream, bro. His
It's
movements
when you hear
off the
Alex Shearer
chain,
talk
bro.
about him,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
them are the man I want to hear talk.
His
'Cause them man-
movements
his
off the
his
chain,
man, where we're
bro.
getting it all that as well. And this is what you got to bear in mind as well. And this is what I think Shearer did say it is the fact he keeps making them runs, and that's the hardest thing. You know,
Yeah.
he's not there just sulking and moaning at man. Bro, I'm just gonna keep making it. It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
His-
The discipline behind that
Nah, you're right.
is intense. Like
His-
keep
his-
making that run, keep showing for whether it's coming or not, knowing at some point he's gonna come.
His
And I've got you
mentality,
ready.
his mentality
He's
is
second
as
class.
good as
And then
his
he
body because his body's amazing. He's an
Yeah,
animal. He's,
yeah,
he's a beast. He's a freak.
Oh, he's a specimen,
We've
he's a
never
specimen.
seen his type of body before
Yeah.
in a
Love.
long while. Pause.
Love.
Pause.
That's love.
That's lava still.
Yeah, love. That's love.
Pause. Yeah,
That's
let's just
definitely
get that in. But you know, he's got the right mentality. But just on the ball, is in. I'm not even talking about when the ball's coming to him and when he's taking his touches. If you look at him dribble, he's like I said, the best worst striker I've ever seen in my life.
I think that's a bit harsh.
Yeah,
Nah, it is harsh.
I think you done a
I've
Roy Keane.
I've
I
heard
It is
man
harsh.
aimed at Nunes, and Nunes can't compare to Haaland, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's harsh.
It is harsh. Like-
think that's harsh on Nunes.
No.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, I think Nunes. Listen, I think we're getting. I think, especially, I don't know. I'd say football fans in general. I think we've been so with your
Blessed.
Messi, with your Messis and
Yeah,
that. Like, I think everyone forgets. Ronaldo was good.
Yeah.
Ronaldo was very good. but he weren't clean.
Nah.
He took a lot of work for Ronaldo to get clean.
Mbappe's clean.
That's what I'm trying to say. Mbappe is clean.
I saw one hat trick the other day, bro, when he clipped that. I saw him clip the one and he clipped it off the bar, bro, with the curler.
Bro,
disgusting.
I'm just like, I'm not hat trick, bro. I'm not.
Mbappe's nuts, you know.
Salah's shit.
Yeah,
this is
bro.
why-
Yeah.
when I
With
say
pure
this,
chances, bro.
Salah is shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
watching him
Technically,
play?
yeah.
Bro,
You see the volley when man clipped the ball?
no,
Boom.
seriously, that
And
was
you
League
just
Two.
yeah.
I don't want to.
You see the one where he come through
That
and
was-
1-on-1 and he takes it early, passes the goalkeeper.
That's
like-
League Two, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and he does that a lot.
But you know the mad thing
then-
with it. You know when you're watching the game, though. I know he's gonna score. You know when he keeps getting chances, bro, and he keeps touching the ball.
He's inevitable,
Hence
isn't it?
why, as a fan,
Yeah.
you don't get mad.
I'm just like,
You're not.
it's
You're
fine.
mad, but you're not getting like.
And this is why I approach
Whereas
the
I
question
think
like
City
that.
fans are like, don't worry, Haaland's missed that one.
Yeah,
Let's score the next one.
And this is why I approach the question like that. So you're saying that Haaland is the best at scoring goals, but
Yeah.
who's the best striker? That's what I want. You said Mbappe. I think Mbappe.
I think Mbappe's way cleaner. And, yeah,
If
I
you're
think
talking about,
he's-
if you're like I said, if you're
I'd
not
have
including,
Mbappe.
he just said he's including wide players,
Yeah, like-
then yeah. But if you're talking about centre forwards, I'm talking Haaland.
There's not very many of them though.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm
There
talking
is like kids
Haaland,
are no longer strikers.
Nunes,
almost like.
that Sesko, he's good at RB Leipzig.
Would
you
Do
put
get what
Kane
I
in
mean?
the
Like,
mix?
Yeah, Kane blood.
Kane's a centre forward.
Yeah.
And I would say Kane's a better finisher.
Technically.
Technically,
I
I
don't
think he's a
know.
better
Technically,
finisher.
Yeah.
I think
But
he's a better
But then
finisher.
Haaland's quicker.
No. Kane's better
Kane-
all round.
Yeah.
No.
He's better all round.
I think if you
Kane misses less chances
if
than
you
Mane.
if you give
way less.
Have you watched him the other day?
if you give
Against
okay
Dortmund.
if
He
you
got the
give
header though, which is unlucky still.
if you give them both the same positions, everything identical, I think Kane will put way more.
Yeah, but it's just Harry Kane could never get into Haaland's position because of the physicality.
And the pace,
alone.
his pace gets him
Physicality
into some places.
And that's
unreal.
what makes
It's
them a bit
insane.
different. Is
That-
that he can put himself in situations that any other striker could
Couldn't.
possibly not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
like some of the goals he scored, it's like how the hell?
Ragdolling man and
This is what I'm
whatnot.
That's
saying.
what I'm saying. Like Kane ain't doing that, and you got to think to yourself. Sometimes I think
Kane's got
again,
that bottom,
football
that bottom
fans-
corner finish, bro.
Football
you know
fans
that, you know
were very
that
fickle.
posty
Yeah,
chest,
we're fickle because you think to yourself. Imagine any of your strikers, as bad as he was last season, scored 52 goals.
It's mad.
You can't talk to me.
Man can't tell. I was just about to say, man can't tell me about no League Two. I don't care how bad he is, bro.
Don't ever talk to me.
I'm gonna say if he
He'd-
banged 52.
He'd stink out the game before and then banging a hat trick, all 5 goals last season.
Yeah.
That's the type of guy he was.
They said he ain't scored 17. I think or 12 out of the last 17 games. Something like he ain't scored something like that. But then in that he scored 10 goals.
And he's-
I'm
I
sitting
think he's
there-
like two-
And I'm
he's
like,
still
that's what I'm
top
trying to
scorer.
say.
He's still top scorer.
he's still, and he's missed out. He missed a month or 2 months. That's what I'm trying to say.
I got a debate because obviously he's put loads of them in the mix. Who's better, Ivan Toney or Isak?
Isak all day. Isak's a bad.
I think
You see that
I
boy? He's
think-
rank, you know. Isak's
ridiculous.
stink, boy. In a good way. Isak's rank, boy.
rank.
He's rank.
Yo.
I love Isak.
You need that striker.
I love
If
Isak.
anybody wants him right
listen,
now,
listen.
everybody wants him.
Rank.
And he said he stayed in
He's the
Newcastle.
GOAT, bro. You should have bought him. You should have bought him a long time ago.
I know.
You
I
should have
know.
bought
He
him
said he
long
stayed in
time ago.
Newcastle. He's saying I love the project in Newcastle. He's
Yeah, why would
staying.
you? Yeah, I think the
pockets
way
are
he
fat, that's why.
yeah, pockets are fat.
Now, you know what it is?
Newcastle's
He's
a
the
lovely
poster boy.
city to live in.
Yeah, he's
He's
the man
the
there.
man there. Like,
He's the man
look,
there.
we've all been
He's
Newcastle, bro. You can
naughty.
imagine.
Yeah.
Them man love him off. Like, love him.
Come on, like you
Them
said,
man can't
if
watch
you've
you,
been
bro.
Newcastle,
Yeah.
I had love from being on the stand.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody
That's what I'm
know
saying.
me.
That's
So
what I'm
imagine
saying.
going there and being Isak and just going, yo, them man will worship.
I remember going. Actually, in fact, I can't tell this story.
Yeah.
It involves footballers and it involves the club. It involves
Yeah.
getting on the basis
No
of the next
names.
footballer
Yeah.
still. Yeah, but yeah, I remember going to a club blood and I seen a couple Newcastle players come out. And we've gone into the bar and the guy's like, it's VIP. And I'm like, I'm my man. I said to my brother, I said, this is my man.
Yeah.
LB at the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, come down. Blood, they just looked after us
Yeah,
all night,
Yeah, man.
bro.
Listen, you
All
go
day.
there.
And
Isak's
sort
a
of place,
bad
I can
boy.
imagine Isak, he can walk about.
Yeah.
Fans won't
And do
really.
nothing.
They just love him. They'd love him off. They
love
wouldn't
him
just
off,
drop.
Nah, facts. But the reason why I ask you that, because if you look at the PR, if you look at like,
In
if
terms
you look
of
at the
Tony.
talk,
Yeah.
Ivan Toney's been talked about amongst all of the big teams, maybe as much as Isak, but in terms on the football pitch, Isak is clear. He's just he's-
The age helps as well, though. I know Isak's got maybe 4 years on him.
Oh,
innit?
a couple of years on him.
Isak,
how old is Isak?
24, is
I
he?
was gonna say, he's
24?
quite young.
Whereas Tony's
28, 28,
He's 28 coming to
28,
29.
29.
Forget age. I'm just
But they
looking
look
at.
very similar in style of play, but I think Isak's got a bit
Nah,
more.
I disagree.
Dribbling,
I disagree.
dribbling the pace still. The way he dropped the
Nah.
defender. Yeah, no.
Totally disagree.
Very, very similar finishing wise, but I
Yeah.
think what Isak's got, because he's taller and leggier, he can run
think-
with the ball and he's got little skill about him still. Like,
Movement off
that
I
little-
think they're both all round. They're very both all round, but their games are totally different. totally.
Go on, explain that a little bit more then.
Isak's ability on the ball is like he can manipulate the ball much better
Yes,
than Tony in terms of
Absolutely,
dribbling, in
yeah.
terms of taking on his man and just directness.
I think both of them. I think Tony's got a better first touch.
Definitely.
Tony's first touch
Yeah,
is
Tony's
mustard.
clean, that's-
Definitely.
that's clean.
Always.
But I think
Crouch-esque.
low
Yeah.
key when you're Tony's never been the fastest, so I feel like your touch will always be better if that
Yeah,
as
okay.
in
Yeah.
it's something you have
gotta
to
work
master.
on it,
Yeah,
you gotta
you
master
get it.
100%, 100%.
Like, but Isak though, like if you look if you lot have watched Newcastle this
I've watched
season, it's literally Gordon, Gimares, and Isak carrying them because Newcastle have been poor this season.
Gimaresh though. This team,
Yes, I'm trying-
technically. Oh my.
He's ridiculous.
But again, how have the top teams? And again,
Missed
all
him.
the
Missed
lot of
him.
teams,
Arsenal was-
how have you not let him go though? I know.
He
they
was big
say-
at Leon, no? Leon,
No, I
he's
know,
not like,
I
he ain't
know.
like an unknown quantity, bro.
And
Like,
Thingy
man.
paid money for him. Like this is the, and again, I only can.
Do you know?
use
Do you know?
one
Do you know
of
I
my-
think. I
because
think.
obviously
I
we've
think.
never been in there. But
I think the scouting department's always. There's always like a doubt whether or not.
remember,
they
you
can
lot
do it
are
in England.
always you lot are all scouting in the same pool. That goes without saying. You lot all look at the same.
But to be
Players.
fair, Liverpool scouts, as great as they are, we tend to do a thing where we like a player to come from. So we did
Yeah.
it with Enzo. We were after Enzo when he was at River Plate.
Yeah.
I mean, he was at Porto for like a season. We looked at him first. And we
Yeah.
were like, well, okay. Tim Ricky was on BBC Sports saying, yo, you need to sign this geezer.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to sign this geezer. Same with Caicedo.
Yeah.
You make them go somewhere first. You make them go somewhere first and see if they can hack Europe. And then just
Yeah, but mate, you would bring him and make him hack.
yeah,
you
that's
up.
what. But I said
Golly,
everyone
man.
should do that.
Yeah, everyone should do that.
Everyone because a lot of these players at £10 million.
I think the transfer window is going to change in the next few years.
Oh, you got to
It
box
has
clever.
to.
You got to
It
box
has
clever.
to.
You got to have to go. So instead of making them go to Porto, bro, you go to Ecuador.
Yeah.
You sign these man first.
Yourself.
Yeah.
They'd
You sign
rather
him
come.
at-
They'd rather
But
come
that,
to
that's what the old heads used to do. That's what Fergie used to do.
That's
That's
what
what
Abramovich
Wenger
used to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I
Like,
think
It's
there's
ridiculous.
this old theory knocking about that these players can't hack it in England.
Chelsea had
See,
about
look at
four-
Guimaraes, bro. He looks like he's been playing it like England.
Bro, Chelsea had about 4 first-team players.
So aggressive. He's so aggressive.
Remember, you know,
Pulling him, bro. Like,
you get a couple of Brazilians who just do.
look at Paquetá.
Yeah, yeah.
He can mix
Oh,
it up.
he
you know?
can mix
He
it.
can mix it, bro. He
Yeah,
likes
bro. I
it.
watched
He
him
likes
last
it. He
night. I watched
knows he
him.
likes
He's
it. He
naughty.
likes
Yeah,
it. He
watch
likes
Tetta's
it.
him, you know.
He likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same
There's
player.
there's three
Remember?
players that Arsenal missed out on. I'm telling you because we
you
were
look at him,
linked.
tell me.
We were linked to all three of them.
Yeah.
Gimares, we were linked to him
Yeah.
heavily. Paqueta, we was linked to him before, but like even before West Ham, like even was in talks.
Yeah,
and then the next one, the last one's Isak.
Yeah.
And,
You've let- you've
and I
let-
still want them at the carpet.
Yeah, it's mad.
If you don't want to go far, you need to get them in.
Go get Isak.
Like-
I'm telling you.
I
haven't
think the
seen-
money's too much now. Still, like to buy.
I
him now
agree.
is mad,
I haven't seen those type of finishes in a minute. That arrogant. He's got that Mbappe arrogance at the end of the day. Have you seen him when he scores? It's like I'm that guy. I'm him.
Have you heard him,
I love that.
have you heard him talk?
Nah, I ain't
Have you
heard
heard him talk, blood?
No,
Yeah,
no, no, he's funny.
yeah, because he sounds like from. He sounds
He
from
sound
South
like
London.
he sound like
Also-
Have you seen the thing, bro? He's like, yeah. I saw mama down the road, bro. He's like Top Boy. I don't know where he's putting it. But don't get me wrong. If you've been Sweden, like obviously, man,
Yeah, yeah.
remember they love English culture. You know?
Yeah,
And man,
yeah,
them
yeah.
do talk like man.
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
He sounds like bro. Like, and the amount of comments are like, yo, he sounds like he's from
Sweden's meant to
he's
see
from
me, you
Britain.
know.
Just gonna have to, innit?
I've been listen, Sweden,
Sweden.
bro.
Yeah.
They love the British culture, the
yeah.
music, everything out there. He
Nah,
sounds like a
but
robot.
That's a good one. Can I just before we just
Yeah,
and it's just a quick one comparison.
Karen.
Who goes to Euros then? If you had to pick two, Tony or Watkins?
Watkins.
Tony.
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 I love
it's-
I love Ali.
Nah,
No,
do you know
for
what
the
it
simple
is?
reason. There's one simple way to see it. You need someone that's so different to Kane, and it's
Yeah.
Watkins.
Nah, but I think
No.
I think the opposite. I think the way England play, if Kane
Tony
does get
suits him.
injured, Tony's the closest thing to Kane.
Yeah.
I just don't see Kane getting injured. That's the only.
You
Nah,
never
I
know,
understand
bro.
that.
You never,
I don't
you,
know.
I'm not
I-
saying, but you still never know, though, innit?
I just think how do you take someone away who one, I need to go back to Paul Merson's thingy. Take him because he can take a penalty. Don't take the
No, I don't believe that.
Don't take the
Nah, that's
penalty.
not.
Nah,
Don't
he-
take a man.
he offers
When I
more
see
man
that,
to
I'm just
a
like,
tournament.
stupid. Like,
You don't take a man to a
Yeah,
tournament because he can
foolishness.
take a penalty.
Foolishness.
Because let's be honest, you're not taking Harry Kane off.
This is it.
Who's he bringing on? Because like Southgate's not brave enough. We know this. Even if he knows it's going to penalties, he's not going to take off, say, a Declan Rice. Let's just say,
Yeah.
for Ivan Toney.
He fucking has to.
No, but he ain't. He ain't. He
Nah,
ain't
he
gonna
wouldn't
do-
take
he
Declan
wouldn't-
Rice
No,
off.
I'm just
No, but
saying.
I'm saying,
But
he'd have to.
he wouldn't. Even if there's fight, he ain't brave. He ain't brave enough to do that. And would he do that because he's learned from the last time he did it with Sancho,
This is
Rashford,
it,
Saka, whatever?
Yeah.
Fucked up. So would he do it again? I don't think so. But how do you not take someone who's scored 16 goals, had 10 10 assists? How do you not take him? But you bring someone back who's played I mean, he might play a
Do you know what it
minimum
is?
of 12 games all season.
I'm not gonna lie.
and might score 5 goals. What's the point? What does that tell?
Did
Every
Watkins,
strike-
did Watkins play in the internationals?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
Played
as-
one game
as-
each.
as an-
Played
as
one
an-
game each.
As an audition, Tony did a lot better.
Yes.
And was way more involved, and the team looked more coherent
was
with him
England,
in
but was England better?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
But
Okay.
Why we blame? And I had to say this to someone. So why we
England don't
blame-
play that game because
No, but
Ali
why
plays.
we blame
Ali plays on
Watkins?
the shoulder, and I think international football ain't the Premier League.
Nah,
But
it's
man,
not.
don't really.
Yeah, it's
the whole
methodical.
The whole. Plus,
It's methodical. It's all methodical.
Mbappe plays on the shoulder.
But Kylian, he has to work like. From
Nah,
the
he don't
left.
work, he don't
has to-
work.
He has to work from the left.
Yeah.
And has to do his.
Nah, but
if you
you-
watch the goals in France, bro, he's there again.
You know why you can't use the Kylian one? Kylian, although he plays off the shoulder,
Yeah.
he's a man that does stuff on the ball constantly.
Yeah.
Like the stuff he can do, like,
Yeah, but Watkins
with,
was
like
probably
running with the ball, is
obviously Watkins
crazy.
was told don't. Obviously, he's told to leave the ball.
Yeah.
With you got to think to yourself, you know, who like you said, he ain't got the main man around him as well. And England didn't play well, bro. England didn't play well themselves.
didn't too.
You know what it is in the
England didn't
international
play well
though?
themselves.
When you clock the international stage, it's all about man that do stuff out of nothing.
Yeah.
The football is always showing
You
the
play
international.
for the defenders. Very
Watkins-
rarely will you see strikers go through on goal and be one.
But then the
Exactly.
game before, the international, but the international before he scored. So is that because he's had one half a bad game?
But no one's saying he's not gonna score. But I just
Exactly.
think for the
Same.
way England play, and again when we talk about,
It suits.
I think you talk about the way teams are built around a player. I think England are built around that kind of.
No,
football.
listen,
And I
I
think
don't
that's why you gotta go with
disagree.
Tottenham.
England are built the way Kane plays.
I just don't think
disagree.
Like-
Watkins would work in it.
This is
So
it.
then- so-
No,
so-
no
so then
disrespect to
what's the-
Watkins.
so then
And
what's the-
he's a top striker.
So
you know,
what's the
massive
point in any of these players putting in a graft if you got no chance at the end of the season?
No, because
Come on, bro.
Everyone's got every. Yeah.
Have they got a chance?
You know
He's
who
got a chance, he's
Watkins
got a
is, right?
chance.
You know what Watkins
can't
is,
have.
right? Watkins is a light skin. He's a light skin Vardy. You know that, right?
yes,
You know Watkins is a light skin Vardy, and Vardy never played good for England. You know why? Them type of strikers, they're not built for the international stage. Them dogged.
No, I think
They will leave you
Vardy
honest.
was never loved. I think obviously at the time when he was in there, he had no. Like I think Rooney was still around. Kane was coming through.
Yeah.
like he was just never gonna get a game. And he, remember, he coming to football late. I don't disagree.
agree.
No,
I agree.
the
And
comparison,
that's
I
almost
don't
frowned
disagree.
upon as well, by the way.
Yeah. I
With
don't.
that certain hierarchies.
Yeah,
in-
I
in
don't
England, that's
disagree
almost
with him. Like, but I just think, like you said, it don't matter what Rooney would have done, he would have played. It don't matter what Kane does,
Yeah.
Kane plays. No matter how bad Kane plays, you get
still
what I'm trying to
plays.
say. Like even now,
Are three strikers going?
well, that's the
Are they
debate.
talking
innit?
about changing? They're talking about changing the format. aren't they,
He
and
wants
having more players in it?
26 like they did in the last Euros, but he's only 23. So he's basically going to take
But
Kane,
they're
one
asking about,
striker.
they're
and
asking about
he's
changing,
Rashford.
that's about changing the whole thing. Though,
He should be
they're thinking about
26.
changing.
So that's what he's
Make
going to do.
it
He's going to
last
take
point,
Kane,
please.
Tony.
make your last point with it.
Oh, yeah, he's going to take Kane, Tony, and he's going to use Rashford, obviously, as a third striker. He won't take all three.
Rashford lucky to go though.
Yeah,
He'll be very
but
lucky.
Rashford shouldn't go.
He won't
I
take all
don't think
three.
Rashford's seen as a first striker. You know.
No, but what I'm trying to say is he can potentially use
Yeah,
him as
I
a
would-
first
yeah,
striker. That's what I'm saying. He won't take. I don't think he'll take all three.
Me neither.
I don't think he'll take all three. He won't take. He won't take
I think he will
Tony,
take all three.
Kane.
Nah, he won't.
I'll be very surprised.
That'll
If
be
he does,
interesting
It means
to
he's got to
see.
lose him midfielder.
Yeah.
Just like England take three goalkeepers, they're gonna take three strikers.
I think you have to
Yeah.
take.
I think
You have to take three goalkeepers.
I think you have to take three strikers.
Yeah.
Is
Then
it-
you
is
lose
it
him
just for the
but then you
traditionals,
lose him
not for
then
what?
you lose a midfielder though.
But they can afford to, just because of the midfield that they are.
Who? Then mate, like
Henderson's going. That's it. That's the end
exactly
of the discussion.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
then Rice goes.
Yep.
I'm assuming Maino goes now.
I don't agree with that, but yeah.
I think
Mendes
Hendo will
go.
miss out. You know.
Huh?
You think Hendo will miss out?
I think Hendo will miss out.
No, Maino.
I don't think he should go. I
think
think
Maino-
Hendo will go. I'm with
I think Hendo's gonna be pressure. I think Southgate's gonna be pressure.
Henderson's
Henderson
going.
not
He's taking-
making Hendo go.
No,
No, he's gone. He's
Henderson's
gone.
going.
Foden, Bellingham,
Disagree,
like
yeah.
he's Saka, class. They're midfielders.
All right.
Carry on. Sorry.
So, anything else you want to mention before
No,
we
no,
move
no,
on?
no,
All
no,
right,
no,
cool. So we're moving to trash talk. So there's a few in the community.
A few
who've
things
put
come
a
up.
few
I know you
things.
asked a few questions.
Yeah, asked a few questions and they've
Quite a lot of
given us a few
interesting stuff
things.
as well.
Yeah. They were
Lamar weren't ramping.
I know,
Lamar.
Go on,
profit
go on.
profit
Do you know
and
what I mean?
sustainability.
You
No.
can
I
afford-
was like, what do I know about profit and
I might go-
sustainability?
I heard not, you know.
Yeah,
So
no,
enlighten me.
they'll bring-
Yeah,
they'll bring
man.
them.
So big up to Lamar. He put a few topics in there. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm trying to think which one I want to go through. All right, then, cool. So he said basically, need to make a new league which is more competitive and have a lower ranked teams that have no power in the Premiership kicked out. So because it gets kind of boring watching like Burnley, Sheffield United come back and forwards. So he wants your opinion on that. Basically, do you think
I disagree with him. And I tell you why.
Almost like an MLS
Yeah,
format.
and I tell you why I disagree with him there,
Yeah,
because if you're a Burnley fan
Yeah.
or a
It's a big
Sheffield United fan,
yeah.
they're big games.
Of course.
It's because we used to probably support teams that are playing at the top of the table. You got to think to yourself, if you're a Burnley fan, you don't look forward to probably going and playing Man City.
Nah.
Really, you don't. But if you're in a relegation battle and you got Luton on Saturday, that's
the
what I'm looking
biggest
for.
thing,
That's your game of the season. Do you get what I mean?
And I was going to say, it's only prevalent that kind of point this year because I think the teams have been that bad in all fairness. I didn't expect. I mean, Luton have been
Luton
good.
not been too
They're-
bad, yeah.
Luton's a shout.
Burnley, considering
Do you
what they
know,
spent,
they've
company.
lost 19 points,
I know you don't really rate Vinny. You don't really rate your
Company.
Nah,
You don't
nah, I
really
think
rate company.
Yeah.
But they spent money,
Yeah,
and like I said, this is the worst season for teams coming up for me.
it is.
Sheffield United are and like
Yeah,
I said,
they-
I
yeah,
don't want
they-
to jinx
I
my team. We got them tomorrow. They're
I think they're
abysmal.
I think they're the worst.
They're absolutely abysmal.
But just going back, look what you've done now. You all since just
Yeah.
you ain't even spoke about Sheffield United.
Oh yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You've your thought about Man United already.
Yeah.
Like,
I think-
let's be honest. And I think if you're the other teams, unfortunately, you do.
Yeah.
You think about the You think about the other ones.
Same way I didn't want Champions League changed. I loved away goals. I loved the format they're going into next season is terrible.
I was
You
gonna
don't-
say-
you don't
Bigger, isn't it?
you don't
Bigger,
change
bigger
tradition.
company.
You don't
Yeah.
change
The
tradition.
league
So
and that,
so
yeah.
how the Prem is, I love how the Prem is. Listen, what a lot of relegation teams do, and I clocked it. They go for quantity over quality all the time because they get a lot of money coming into this league, and they always go for like 5 players plus more.
Yeah.
They never go for like 4 quality, like as in actual.
It's funny
good
because
players,
I was
which
thinking
is
about
hard
I think
to
about
get.
with Burnley. 'Cause
I think that's what it is,
I
isn't it?
want Burnley to succeed. I've got a couple of friends who are Burnley fans, believe it or not. But I want them to succeed. But because I think the base stuff, they've got a good team, They've got a good young team. And I don't know, have they almost planned for relegation, thinking that
Just try and come back.
Or, and they've got like imagine Ardebert down. They got some players who look like for the championship.
I think Vinny got
I'm
it
gonna,
wrong.
I'm gonna brook it up.
I agree with you, but I think Vinny got it wrong because at some point he didn't change. He was trying to be too, and he's got to learn. Like, I know you got your principles, but sometimes you might have to just
And you need
step
some,
away.
you need
a
some
little
ex
bit.
Premier League.
This is
I
it.
think he had to
Like
step
a Ross
away. I
Barkley
think
or-
he needed.
All right.
Ross is
Right,
he's
yeah.
going on bad.
Move on quickly.
the next
You mentioned it already, to be fair. The change to the Champions League.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that? You've already given your opinion, so what's your opinion?
Have you actually heard all the rules that?
I was
No,
gonna
no,
say,
go on,
I don't
go
know
through,
the
go
full-
through.
I know
I
it's
actually
a bigger,
don't know.
it's a
I
bigger,
don't
it's a
know.
bigger format.
We'll bring it at
I know it's a bigger format, isn't it?
Bigger
It's
format.
almost, it's going to be. What do they call it? Is it a Swiss league?
like
There's a special
yeah.
name for it. Swiss league format. They've
I
called
ain't
it.
gonna
ridiculous
lie. I know. I kind of know it a little bit because I play on
Yeah.
Football Manager.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Like
Oh, it's already coming up.
it's already on Football Manager. It's already on there, bro. Like
That's
first
mad.
season
Yeah.
in there. it's
I
on
was thinking
Football
about getting Football Manager.
Yo,
I had the-
Football
I- I-
Manager,
I-
go on, go through it then.
I-
It's probably why I'm going to come
I'll
to a
lose some
party
time.
tonight.
I know that's how I lose some
it's,
time.
it's fucked. Trust me, you're on there all the time.
Yeah.
But like what you do is like, so the top teams will play like basically they play a couple of teams. So you'll play, say Man City and Real Madrid in the same group. You'll
Yeah.
play them just once at home or away. Do you
Yeah,
get what I'm
yeah.
trying to say? And then you play sort of everyone.
Yeah.
So at some point they'll play, Man City will play, I don't know, fucking Tel Aviv or something.
Oh, so it's like a little league.
It's like a little league, and then the top 8 go through automatically,
Right.
and then I think 8 to 16 get playoffs. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I think they have a playoff or something like that. So them 3 go
It's like-
automatically.
it's like, you
the
know,
rest of them
before.
then just drop out. They just
If you
drop
keep an eye on
out.
like the Belgian leagues and whatever,
Yeah,
they
it's
do
like-
that. They're like
basically
a
it's like that.
championship group. It's like a weird.
So
If
That's
you
how
look, if
it
you
is.
watch,
Yeah,
if
that-
you
now
don't get me
really
wrong,
look,
it's
Champions
not
League,
that
the
bad.
Belgian teams, they have like a weird.
Yeah,
It goes
I
in,
know
the
you're on
league
about.
finishes and it goes to like
Goes
a
to
weird.
the-
Like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
It's actually,
yeah,
don't
that
get me
makes
wrong, it's
sense.
actually not
It's
that
quite
bad.
entertaining,
It's
yeah.
actually
stinks.
not that
It
bad.
stinks.
But
It stinks.
I do agree with what you're saying. Would I prefer the old way? Yeah, of course. But
Has it worked?
But is it that bad? You know what? If your team win their games, it's not that bad.
Listen,
It's not. I don't like the fact that teams drop from Champions League to Europa League. I hate that.
Yeah, that's what
I think that's so unfair that
Yeah,
you get 2 chances to win
you
a trophy.
just said one key thing. It's a league. It's more of a league. What we've
Yeah.
always known, the cup competitions is it's a cup feeling. So you have the group stage, and then you go into
That's what
knockout
it is.
stages.
It's a longer group stage. That's all.
Yeah.
But the fact
Then knockouts.
is, more teams means worse teams.
Yeah.
You know that's what it means, right?
That's what it
more
is,
teams
yeah.
means
You
worse
do
teams.
get worse
and worse
teams, innit?
teams mean more dead games to watch.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
But it might be a goal fest as well, depending on the
Well,
situation.
no one wants to see like
Yeah, nobody enjoy. I know what you mean. No, and it's mad that you say
No,
that.
I
'Cause
do.
I say this to like my lads playing football. If we win like a big score or whatever, I know they go home gassed.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy that game. Didn't enjoy nothing. I don't get nothing from it. Seeing you lot smash someone.
Nah, that's a,
Watching a
Whatever.
close game where you're having to fight hard.
Do you know
for
what it
the
is?
victory.
That's a
get more
lie.
you
from
get to
that
see the
where you
real players.
That's
yeah.
a lie because when Liverpool beat Man United 7-0,
Yeah, but that's Premier League
Yeah,
football.
that's Premier League football. That's something that you don't
and
see.
that's a
It's not-
derby. You
yeah.
lot shouldn't be losing
7-0.
No big
way.
team should.
And to be fair, Liverpool weren't even good.
I was gonna say,
I digress.
yeah,
I digress.
And you can remember that Speedy Crane. Yeah, we'll go back to
Anything else?
No. There is, but we won't be able to cover everything.
Trash talk could have been Ten
But
Hag.
Yeah.
One of the things I need to shout out is Giz and Life of a Gooner.
Like, yeah, them two.
These man
Them
need
man
to-
kill me. You know, on the way
yeah,
here, I was
yeah,
listening
yeah.
to their voice notes.
Yeah, like,
Them two, absolutely, they need their own show. They need to, both of them need to come
Nah,
on the
but
show
seriously,
together.
life of
Them
goodness.
two.
So is there 100 Arsenal fans in
I was gonna say,
Wolverhampton?
yeah,
We need
Giz
to know.
actually-
We need
yeah.
answers. We need answers. So shout
He's
out
watered
these
it down a
two.
little bit
Yeah,
still.
yeah, a man went from 100 to 10
11.
to
10 to 4 to whatever. So
Big up Life of the Gooner though. For a
Bro,
Gooner
Life
fan,
of
he
a-
talks pure sense.
no, he does.
Big
Life
up.
of a Gooner needs to jump back on the table.
Yeah, yeah.
Giz, when he's ready, needs to also follow
Giz is
suit.
also a troll.
Yeah, he's trolling. He's trolling the group hard. You know.
I ain't said nothing to him
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
case my team
Yeah,
loses tonight
yeah,
too. That's
yeah.
what.
That's
That's
what
been
trash
bits
talk
still.
for me anyway.
Yeah,
That's everything for me. Anything from you guys before we finish?
I gotta say still.
Yeah.
Arsenal, just look at me when I'm talking to you. still.
How many going to score tonight?
Nah, forget tonight.
Okay.
You missed out still. You missed out on a chance, and I'm gonna say I'm not.
I'm glad you're coming across that. I'm glad.
I'm not one of them fans that are gonna say 4 points out of 6 against Man City and Liverpool,
it's
which
good.
it is. Which
It's
it
great.
is. It is good. But let me tell you this: this isn't the Man City of old. This isn't Man City who were actually so feared. Man City have not been that good this season. They have not been that good this season. Yes, they are
could've beat them.
trebles.
You
Yes, they are treblers.
You missed the opportunity.
We missed the opportunity. Let me
could've
tell
beat
you this: in the first half, I'm fine with everything Arteta done. Man City came out the blocks fast, doing what they wanted. Let me tell you this, Arteta. There was a chance around 50 or 60th minute for us to actually just let the shackles off. Let's take the handbrake off. Let's just go for them. Let's just try and sustain some pressure in their half. And we didn't do it for the whole game. It's
refreshing to hear this.
And it's so disappointing that we didn't just kick them to the curb. Yes, we're still in the title race. Yes, there's still 9 games of the season, but we missed the chance to just show the momentum we would have picked up from beating Man City, still being ahead of Liverpool. Everyone knows that Arsenal have just taken 6 points off City this season. It would have been a crazy thing. So with most of De Bruyne, Haaland playing, so like I said, you missed out. You missed out.
I think
and
you
you've
lot
given
win
the
that,
impetus
you win
on
the
them.
game. I think you lot win that, you win the league.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
But you didn't.
Yeah.
Go.
played for the point and got it still. But yeah.
Yeah. Nice little ending.
Yes,
I'll say
sir.
big up Ben Whittaker as well. He needs to get dropped though.
Oh, yeah.
Leave the surgeon alone.
Listen,
man.
listen,
Leave
listen,
the
listen,
surgeon.
listen.